Good morning. We're just gonna jump right in. This is a no frills, no fluff presentation on monthly reporting. Hopefully we can answer the questions you've had in the presentation as we go along. But please use the questions portal for all questions related to this webinar. The presentation will be recorded. The slides will be posted. Also, the presentation will be posted after this. Of course, not immediately after, but within a day or two. Like I said, please use the questions function portal. After this and after the questions and all the answers all the questions are answered, we'll be putting out or adding to our Q&A document based on what happens through here, or even beef up our instructions if we need to, clarify certain things that aren't clear in our instructions for the housing contract system, and anything else, especially also with the spreadsheet. So the instructions are accessible through this GoToWebinar. The most updated instructions are in this webinar. So I highly recommend and highly suggest that, and those instructions are on the other side. We're gonna go ahead and start, get in here. All right, the agenda is the monthly reporting tools and instructions, the housing contract system, the monthly performance reporting, and expenditure draws. And we'll touch on some of the TERAP updates that have happened. And then, of course, throughout is a Q&A, but we will have a Q&A at the end. So we have our TERAP reporting tools and instructions here. So it's the monthly report performance and expenditure reporting, right? And so there are two reports, 1, 2. We have one that is a Excel spreadsheet that is submitted into this link. So you will open this up, you will have a spreadsheet, complete it, and then you will submit it through Smartsheets here. We also have a report through the housing contract system for draws and performance reporting as well. This one's by household, and this one's going to be an aggregate report. We'll get into the details later. And we're just going to jump into this monthly report by household with Allison presenting the monthly report by household template. And so I'm going to hand it over to her.
Okay.
Here.
Thanks, Raul. Let me share my screen. All right. So I thought what might be helpful is for us to get this out of the way. Just go through a kind of sample of filling out this monthly reporting spreadsheet. You'll notice there's a tab for instructions, so it kind of talks you through what gets entered in each column. One thing that's really important when you open this from the website, it's going to have this little button here that says Enable Content. You need to click this button for the spreadsheet to work the way it's designed to work. So make sure that you click that. And then you go into the performance report. And most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but there are a few things that I thought could be helpful to talk through. So when up here, you're going to enter, your city or county name, the month of the reporting. And so, excuse me, we're just going to pretend we're doing our report for February, since February just ended. And then for each household that you're serving, you're filling out one line per household, not per individual, per household. So we're just going to kind of make up a sample tenant that received assistance. So we'll say that this person applied on February 13th. The household ID number is an internal number specific to your organization. So just if you have any number that you're using for tracking, it could be an application number or a number that's created in a database system you're using. If you don't, you can create one, but you just want to have a way to be able to reference back to that specific household. So we'll just, make one up. And then head of household name. So we're going to be working with Miss Brittany Cooper. And we've made a couple of additions to this spreadsheet since it was initially posted. One of them is just adding this address information. Part of that is to help with duplication of benefits. Now that the Texas Rent Relief Program is going on, this is going to help us better know who specifically has received assistance. So we did add in their address. So for example, we're just going to fill this out. Oops. So the city is and then the state is assumed, obviously, because we are all in Texas. The county, and then whether or not this was an eviction diversion referral. So this is a drop-down box, just a yes or no. We're going to say no, but if this was an eviction diversion case, you would put in their case number here. Scroll over a little bit. Household size. So this is going to be a family of 4 people. Annual household income. So this field may get filled out slightly differently depending on how you're verifying income. So for example, excuse me, if you were using categorical eligibility because the family is receiving SNAP benefits, for example, then you're not necessarily going to be receiving their last 4 months or 4 weeks of check stubs, but they may have provided you their annual household income on their application, or their income may be on their benefits document. So you can use the information you have to fill this out. For families that are above the 60% of AMI, where you are, looking at their check stubs or sources of income to verify their income, then you'll have a different way to calculate this number. So just use the resources that you have to determine what their annual household income is. So we're going to say this family is making $28,000 a year. They're categorically eligible because they're receiving SNAP benefits. They fall in the 0 to 60 area median income, and they are eligible for our program. If they were not eligible, say their income was too high or there was some other barrier, we would say no and want to document why that person was not eligible to move forward. And then, is the landlord eligible? So is the landlord willing to provide the lease? Do they have a ledger or something showing the debt owed? Yes, we are moving forward. If there's a reason why the landlord is not able to participate or willing to participate, then we would document that there. The next section is just demographic information. So Ms. Cooper is female. We're going to say she is African American. She is not Hispanic, that there is no veteran in her household. She does have her mother living with her, so there's someone over 62, and then she has 2 children in the household and no one with a disability. So this is all information that you're going to be gathering on your application for the most part. And then the last section is focused on the amount paid and what months are covered for rental assistance. So there's 2 sections. There's a section for arrears and there's a section for current and future rent. So this is the other spot where we added a field to the spreadsheet. What we added was which months were paid. And so that is a drop-down box where you can select multiple months. And so what we're going to do is, so if this was a tenant that was applying for, say they had 3 months of arrears, so yes, they owe arrears, they owe 3 months, and then we are helping them pay for November, December, and January. And we'll say her rent is $900 a month, so $2,700. Whoops. At the same time, this was February. So the current month would be February, and we could assist with one future month for March. So yes, 2 months. And then we would just pick up after January. So it's not intermittent assistance. We're continually assisting. So we can play for that current month and one future month for $1,800. And then this should provide a total. And so what would happen is for your February report, all of this is being paid together. You would be paying the 3 months of arrears, the current month, and one future month. However, we don't want to pay multiple future months in advance because, you know, if we're paying 6 months in advance, we don't know if a family is going to stay, if they might move out. And so what we would do is the following month on your March report, all of this, you know, information up until the payment section would be the same. But the following month, there would be no arrears, no months paid, but there would be one future month of rent. So we could say she received 1 month of assistance for April for $900. So that's kind of what it would look like from one report to the next. So your first time you assist a family, you can help with up to 6 months, a combination of arrears, current and future. But if there is any future rent that needs to be paid, you would report that monthly until all the obligated funds were paid. So it would look a little different on the reporting. All right, and that's the end of the spreadsheet. So it's pretty simple for the most part. And I will turn that back over to Raul.
Okay. Allison, is my PowerPoint up?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Allison. We'll be answering your questions here as we go along. Now, also, just note that eligibility type questions, you know, we might say to the end. We're trying to stick to the reporting right now. So we're just going to continue. So when you complete that monthly report by household, the spreadsheet, you're going to submit it here. I'm going to show you that now. So here it is. Agency name, your city or county, name, title, department, division, your email, your phone number, and then you will select which month you're submitting. And here you can drag and drop your file, your spreadsheet into here. And then, of course, you can send yourself a copy and then submit it. Simple as that. All right, you will do this monthly. All right. Okay, so that takes care of the monthly report by household template. Allison, you'll let me know if there's any questions with regards to this spreadsheet in the next maybe 30 seconds before I move forward. Oh, here we go. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and move forward.
Raul, there was sorry.
Go ahead.
There was a question about do all clients, even if they are denied for service, need to be entered into the spreadsheet?
This is just, the spreadsheet is just for the persons assisted. We will account for the ones that were deemed ineligible for some reason or other in this housing contract system. And okay, we're in. Apologize for the delay. All right, so this is what you will see. You will see your contract here. It's a CDBG Cares contract. You will open up your contract. All relevant information is in here, your budget, you know, what you're funded, all that, and what's available, and what has been drawn right there. Okay. Zero draw. As of last month, they have not drawn anything here. Okay. So first and foremost, you want to submit your admin draw. You will click on draw request. You will click on create new draw request. You will check on the box always. And now we've had several folks asking for services rendered from. You will, even if you have pre-award costs that were dating back for months, you will still just submit for services rendered from for February 1st to February 28th. Okay? We'll save that. Here we go. This is your admin draw. It's stated right there. Okay? You will enter the amount. Right here, we're entering 0 amount, so we don't mess anything up. You can save it. This pops up here, record updated successfully, right? And then you can submit for approval without saving. It says without saving. Terrible name for a button, a submit button, but this is submit for approval. So you want to submit it. See, right now you're just in a pending status right here. So once you submit it, okay, so it's not letting us submit because of they have an open draw that has not been approved. But anyway, this status here should state pending PM approval. And that means you're done. Okay? So to get back to your draw, project draw and your performance reporting, you will click back on this contract here. Then you will head on over to activities here, top right. Activity number. We will come down here to draw requests. You will create a new draw request. You will check the box. February 1st to February 28th. And save. Okay? You must submit your performance report prior to the project report, to your expenditure draw report. So you will hit performance report there. You know, we can do 1, 2, but I'll just also take you through this. This is for unduplicated households and persons receiving rental assistance. All right, these are for the all 30% here. This is for rental assistance for households, rental assistance for persons, rental assistance for households for eviction diversion, and rental assistance for persons with eviction diversion, all right here for less than 30%. Here's between 31 and 50%, and here is for 51 to 80%. I know that we have, and this 51 to 80 should be 61 to 80. We will correct that. But just please take into consideration that this is 61 to 80% right here. So people are asking for the, where are we going to report the ineligible clients? So right here is for the ineligible tenants right here. Ineligible landlords. And here's the eligible tenants, eligible landlords. Okay? And this is where our demographic information lives here. Unduplicated race, non-Hispanic, non-Latino, Hispanic, Latino. Unduplicated gender, unduplicated age, under 18, 18 to 24, 25 to 61, 60 unknown. Okay? And you will save it. It's saving. So it'll say record updated successfully, but you are not finished when you click on save. Sometimes this ribbon down here is hidden. Always come down here and click on submit. Record updated successfully. And you're not able to click on save or submit again. All right, so that means you want to go back to your draw list to this number 2 that we're working on right here. Okay? It states right here in performance report, it's submitted. That's what you want to see. Once it's submitted, you want to get over here to your draw amount. 0 here, 0 here, but of course you'll have real numbers. You can save here. Again, record updated successfully. And again, look, this is your activity draw. Your activity draw means your project draw. And then you can submit for approval without saving, which means submit for approval, and it does save. Okay, so this is right here. Pending PM approval. This is what you should also see in your admin draw that tells you that you've completed that draw. So this pending PM approval is letting us know that we're done. This is it. We're done with our report here. You can go back to your draw list. Your draw is pending PM approval, right? You can go back to your contract and keep on helping folks. Here's the most updated instructions right here. February 26, 2021 is the date you want. Again, I want to reiterate what Allison stated. This new household, this monthly report by household template was updated on the 23rd. So please submit this newest version in here, okay? The housing contract system works within itself. And so, we recommend that you complete the household report. I don't know why it closed on me. But things happen, right? You want to complete the household report and upload to Smartsheet. You want to complete the performance report in the housing contract system, section D of instructions. Ensure report is submitted in the housing contract system. You want to use a calendar month for draw requests. You want to complete the admin and expenditure draw, complete the project expenditure draw, and then you're done. So we do have some helpful hints here, helpful tips on performance and expenditure reporting. You want to save your monthly performance report data outside the housing contract system in case there is an error and you need to resubmit a report. Take a screenshot, copy and paste, keep a separate Word document. Sorry. You must click the submit button to complete performance reporting and expenditure draw requests in the housing contract system. By clicking save, you will not submit your report to TDHCA. You're just merely saving it. So always click submit, and then always look for pending PM approval for your admin draw and your project draw. Again, we want to, if you have not submitted your subaward verification form, if you're subawarding, the link lives right here. And we do have some TDEP, TERAP, and Texas Rent Relief Program, of course, updates. Not much really has changed for us as the TDEP and the TERAP go. And I'm gonna want Rudy to kind of touch base on this. It is Rudy, if you would you please chime in?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Rudy Betancourt. I work with Raul and Allison and some other folks here. You may have noticed that last week I sent out an email regarding the diversion program under the TERAP, and then as well as Texas Rent Relief Program. What that basically says is that, to sum that up, is that when the TERAP program was created and the 10% the 10% cap was put on the diversion program, that was before the U.S. Treasury received additional dollars and then sent those out as well. So many of you entitlement communities did likely receive some of those funds as well. There may have been some mixed messages because the Office of Court Administrations also sent out an email to some justices of the peace to let them know that, if you're going to be doing rent relief or diversion, go through the Texas Rent Relief Program. So the email that was sent out basically sums up this information or this content that we're basically relaying to the subrecipients, which are you folks, is that even though we're not told that we have to stop the diversion program, we're advising those that if you've already established relationships with judges in your areas, that you can continue that. You can continue that and expend these diversion funds. What we also said was that we're not going to tie you to the 10%. So there may be some jurisdictions that either feel that they could not have met that 10%, and on the flip side, there may be some that say, we're going to pass the 10%. And in those instances, we're saying that's fine. You're not going to be tied to that 10% max that you have to use on that. So if you're not able to meet that, that's fine. If you're able to meet that and surpass that, that's also fine. What we're going to be working on is just a blanket amendment that we're adding a couple of things that we've lessons learned along the way, or things that we need to clarify on the contract. So that'll be forthcoming, but you'll see language in there that basically makes that 10% a lot flexible, saying that you don't have to wait 6 months for us to make that determination that you cannot do it. You can basically start now. So what we did, there are going to be questions whether the TERAP, the diversion under TERAP, can be combined with the Texas Rent Relief Program, and we've gotten clarification that the answer is yes. So therefore, the diversion program under the TERAP, we can assist with up to 5 months of arrears, 1 month current, or 6 months, current and future. What we're basically saying there is that you can expend those and help someone with those 6 months, and then they can jump over to the rent relief diversion program, which is an additional 15 months. So that's what we're saying there, and that some communities are seeing that as a benefit. So, keep those questions coming to us, and we will be more than happy to answer those for you. Anything that we're not able to answer right away, we'll, do an ask a question and get those answers across the board for everybody. Am I missing anything, Raul?
No, but I am going to revisit a question that's in here with just showing them. If you don't mind, Rudy.
No, that's fine.
So there was a question about the ineligible clients. And you are correct. It's only here in the Texas Eviction Diversion Program referrals. Right now it says number of ineligible tenants referred to the program. And we're not accounting for just the regular rental assistance here on ineligible clients. We are going to have to update this report here. It is our mistake. I apologize for that. But there will be a clear spot for the ineligible tenants and landlords that are in the regular rental assistance program. We're hoping we can get the change done by today. If not, just report all your ineligible clients in here, and then we can clarify later. This is we're just trying to see, trends in the program, things like that, of that nature. So, like I said, we've made a mistake here. We've had an oversight where we just have not included something for just regular rental assistance here. So, we will communicate the newest version. It'll just be in the contract system. So if you can please wait one day before, don't submit your report today. We will have this updated hopefully by today for ineligible clients for regular rental assistance. I see a question here on reporting, and I do want to, it's locally, it's up to you on how you want to report for those folks that are coming at the end of a month where you've obligated the funds, but yet the check's going to be cut at the end, on March, you're going to cut the check on March 5th, but you obligated the funds to them February 27th or something like that. It is up to you to figure out a way to report those and just remain consistent throughout every month. Okay? Do we have any other questions, Allison?
There's just a couple. So there was a question that says, are we billing only cleared checks or checks written for rental assistance regardless of cleared status? I think that's what you were just
right.
addressing.
They don't need to be cleared. No, they don't need to be cleared. And really, the actual check doesn't have to have been written. If you've already obligated them for February and you're counting them in February, count them in February. Just don't count them a month. So it does not, definitely the check does not have to have been cleared. It is either obligated to the tenant or disbursed.
Okay. There's one that says, if we have expended all of your funds within 3 months of the program, do you have to continue to report for the remaining months if we're no longer assisting tenants and landlords?
Can you repeat that, Allison?
Sure. If we have expended all the funds within 3 months of the program, do we have to continue to report for the remaining months if we're no longer assisting tenants or landlords? So if there's no more funding.
Right. We hope that happens. I mean, we hope that you're able to spend all your money within the first 3 months. That would be wonderful. I'm going to say for now, yes, and then it would all be just zeros. I do want to go back and state, if you do not have admin to report for a month, please report with a $0 amount. That way we don't think it's an oversight on your part. But for now, I'm going to say, yes, you do have to report monthly with zeros because the contract states as such, regardless if you've expended all your funds, you have to report monthly still. So the answer is yes. Please still report with 0 for admin, 0 in the report, and 0 in your project draw.
Okay.
I
I
saw a hand being raised. Are we good on questions?
There's no
Oh,
more unanswered questions in the question box.
Okay, great. So we'll come back to this. So we went over the updates for TERAP and the TRR. The updated Q&As and program guidelines for the TERAP program you should expect this week, in the next couple of days. And also we'll be uploading all the translated forms that we've received to the hidden forms page. And we're thinking the next day or two as well. It's about 7 to 8 languages that we've translated the forms to. And so that will be happening as well in the next day or two. We're going to make that change to the housing contract system report for ineligible regular rental assistance as soon as we get off this call or this webinar. I do want to thank everyone for attending. And if you want to submit questions with regards to, anything, please email me and or Allison